Hey there, Kayla. Look, this is kind of hard for me to say, so I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I would appreciate it if you didn't come to the wedding tomorrow. And let me clarify what I mean by that. You are not allowed to come to the wedding. In other words, do not come. That is a direct order from me, the bride. I don't understand, Sandra. Why are you banning me from my own brother's wedding? Because it's my wedding, not his. The bride is the star of the show, right? That means what I say goes, and I say you're not allowed. Okay, can you at least give me an explanation as to why, though? If you must know, it's because we're going to have a very special guest at the wedding tomorrow. You probably wouldn't even know who they were if I told you, but suffice to say, they're a really big deal. They're one of the most popular K-pop groups on the scene right now. Uh-huh. Well, that certainly is impressive, but I'm not getting the connection. What does that have to do with you banning me from the wedding? Connect the dots for me, Sandra. I just knew it would go this way. You welfare queens are all the same. If you had any real skills to provide to society, then you'd be putting them to use. But no, you're completely useless, so you just live your whole life on the taxpayer's dollar. Welfare queen? It's not like I want to ban you from my wedding, seeing as you're my fiancé's sister and all, but I don't think I could handle the embarrassment of having someone like you being at my wedding, especially not with such a world-famous band coming. Tickets for their concerts cost more than you make in a month. Maybe if you actually had a respectable career, I'd let you come, but the way things stand, you don't deserve to be in such elite company. Hold on, Sandra, why are you calling me a welfare queen? Because you are? I'm not getting any welfare. I probably pay more net taxes than most people in this country. Kayla, do you really think I'm that stupid? I know you quit your job. Tim told me. Looks like Tim didn't give you the whole story, though. Yes, you're right. I did quit my old job at the company I was working for. But the reason I did that was because I wanted to go into business for myself. I'm doing freelance work right now, and I'm doing quite well for myself, thank you very much. So I'm not any sort of welfare queen. Freelance work? Are you joking? Is that what you call it? Well, that's what it's called, so... I'll bet you think you're such hot stuff. I don't need this job. I'm gonna work for myself. You sound like a teenager running away from home. Sure, some people can be successful working for themselves, but you? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I don't know what you want me to tell you, Sandra. I had a business plan that I'd been working on for quite some time. All the pieces finally fell into place, so I took the leap and quit my job. And like I said, it's going pretty well. I'm proof positive that people don't need to work for someone else to make a living. You're absolutely right, Kayla. You don't need to work. The government is more than willing to provide you with whatever you need. Again, I told you I'm not getting any welfare from the government. No charity, nothing. Do I need to show you my tax forms to get you to believe me? I doubt you even know how to file your taxes. I'm sure you've got your big dreams of being successful running your own business, but seriously, 99% of people who do what you do fail because you just don't have what it takes. And I have no reason at all to think you're any different. So you can sell your story to your other freelance buddies while you're waiting in line at the soup kitchen. I'm not buying. Seriously, Sandra, what is up with you? I'm trying to explain to you that you're under a major misunderstanding, but all you're doing is insulting me. I'm just telling it like it is. If you think the simple truth about what you do is an insult, that's pretty revealing, I'd say. Don't like it? Try actually standing on your own 2 feet for a change. Oh, wait, you can't. You couldn't even make it working for a company like a normal person. You're never gonna be able to make it on your own. Don't worry, though. This country's taxpayers will be forced to pay for your lazy lifestyle in any case. I have never met anyone like you before, Sandra. You have this insane narrative for yourself that the only way to make a respectable living is to have a dead-end 9-to-5 job. Which is bizarre because almost all the wealthiest people on the planet right now built their own companies from the ground up. And again, while I may not be making Elon Musk kinds of money, I am making more than enough to support myself. Oh, would you just give it up already? No one believes you, Kayla. This is just because you're jealous of your brother, isn't it? Unlike you, Tim is actually an elite businessman working for a respectable company. He's working his way up the corporate ladder one step at a time. You know, how normal people get ahead in life. He's not dumb enough to waste his time, money, and skills by trying to work for himself. Why are you so obsessed with corporations? And even if you did think that the path Tim took to success is the best one, why would you be so bitter and resentful towards me because I chose another path? I'm not bitter or resentful, really. I don't feel much of anything toward you at all. I just don't want you to do anything that would ruin my plan, that's all. Your plan? What plan? Ever since I was a little girl, I've had the same dream of a perfect marriage. My husband would be a kind, handsome man making tons of money working at a big company. His parents would be just as kind, and his mom would never give me any of the typical crap that women give their daughters-in-law. And I would live happily ever after with my husband providing for my every need. That's what I've always wanted to have, and I am not letting you get in my way. I can't help but notice that you've already had your dream come true. My brother is a kind and handsome man who makes a good salary at a good company. My parents are super kind, and my mom would never do any of the typical abusive stuff you see in soap operas. Isn't that everything you just said you wanted? Exactly! I'm just a few hours away from finally having my perfect marriage. And then you had to go and quit your job to be a frickin' freeloader for the rest of your life. You might have just ruined everything I've worked so hard for. What? There is no room in my perfect marriage for a sister-in-law who's an unemployed loser. Your brother and parents are perfect. I brag about them to my friends all the time. But what am I going to tell them when they find out about you, huh? How am I supposed to explain that? You could always, tell them the truth. Since I'm not unemployed, I'm not a loser, and I am not a welfare queen. Sure, working for yourself means you don't have a steady income from month to month, but I've consistently made more than I did at my old job every single month since going independent. Isn't that something you could brag about? My God, Kayla, no one believes you. You want me to lie and tell them you're a big success? If they found out you're really a loser, they'll never trust me again. Oh, and just for the record, when you inevitably go bankrupt and lose whatever crappy apartment you're living in right now, don't even think about begging Tim to support you. I will never let him give you a dime. I don't need any money from him. Even if my new gig doesn't work out as well as I planned, I'll have plenty of experience that I could use in the corporate world. All I'd need to do is update my resume and start looking for jobs again. And what happens when no one wants to hire you because your big business venture went down in flames? I doubt that will happen, but even if both my business and my job hunt don't work out well, I guess I'll have no choice but to make things work somehow. Yeah, so like I said, you're going to be a parasite on society, sucking up all the tax money that hardworking people like Tim pay to support you. I'm done talking to you. This is giving me a headache. Do not come to the wedding tomorrow. You got that? If possible, I'd prefer you skipped town and never came back. I don't even want my friends to know that you exist. And most importantly, I don't want that band to have to perform in front of a pathetic lowlife. Wow, Sandra, I guess you're really serious about keeping me away from your wedding. I am dead serious. You don't deserve to be in Tim's company, much less his family. Not only is he crazy successful in his career, he is such a big deal that he can afford to have one of the biggest bands in the world play at his wedding. He is the best thing in the world that's ever happened to me, but you are the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Tomorrow is the day my dream officially becomes a reality, and you are not going to be there to mess things up for me. Sandra, I have been looking forward to this wedding for months now. I love Tim. He's my older brother and we've always been close. Are you really going to stop me from going to my own brother's wedding? And over a misconception about my work situation? Let me put it all out there one more time. I am not a welfare queen. I'm not a loser. I am not a parasite on society. I work very hard and am doing very well for myself. I would never do anything to embarrass you or Tim at the wedding tomorrow. So please, Sandra, won't you reconsider? No, I am tired of having to tell you this. No means no. So, for the last time, you are not welcome at the wedding. I am the bride, and what I say goes. Are you really sure you want to do this? I'm not repeating myself anymore, Kayla. You say you love your brother? Well, if you really love him, then you'll shut your big fat mouth, do what I say, and stay the hell away from my wedding. Hey, what are you doing right now? Knowing you, you're probably just scrolling through your social media feeds right now, aren't you? So hurry up and get over to the chapel. You still have your invitation, don't you? I need you to come and entertain my wedding guests. Huh? What happened to our conversation from yesterday? I was under the impression you didn't want me at your wedding under any circumstances. Yeah, well, circumstances have changed. The worst possible thing just happened, and everyone is super down over here. The mood is awful. And I can't think of anything else to do, so you have to figure out some way to get everyone to cheer up. Slow down, Sandra. You lost me. Exactly what in the world is going on over there, and what do you want me to do about it? It's that stupid K-pop band that Tim booked to perform today. They just up and canceled on us. Can you believe that? I can't imagine what kind of money Tim must have had to shell out in order to get them to come. I don't know why I ever even liked them in the first place. Their music is so last week. There are way better K-pop bands on the scene right now. Oh, I see. So they pulled out at the last minute? Well, that's a bummer. I'll bet everyone was really looking forward to seeing the show. Right? Seriously, this sucks big time. Everything was going great until we got that news, and that's why I need you to come and lighten up the mood. How am I supposed to do that exactly? I don't know, you figure it out. Play the guitar or something. I don't know how to play the guitar. Yeah, and that's even better. It'll be hilarious to watch a loser like you fail at playing the guitar, just like you failed at starting your own business. Go and buy a used guitar and tacky outfit from a thrift shop and get down here as soon as possible. It's not like you have any work to be doing, so you can come and be a clown for me for an hour or so. Not that I'm gonna pay you or anything, just getting to see your precious brother's wedding should be reward enough, right? Isn't that what you wanted? Just who do you think you are, anyway? First, you spent an hour yesterday ridiculing me for my life and career decisions. And now you think that you can summon me to entertain you and your wedding guests like I'm some sort of court jester? I am not a clown, I'm not a performer, and I don't answer to you. Just shut up and get over here already. All the people here are paying the taxes that support your lifestyle, you know. The least you could do is come and tell your benefactors thank you. And remember, this is the only way I'm gonna let you see your brother get married. If you want to come to the wedding, you're gonna have to work for it. Sorry, but I'm busy at the moment. I can't work for you. I have a pre-existing commitment to a client of mine. And I'm very busy right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would leave me in peace. Huh? You know the K-pop band that canceled on you guys this morning? They called me up a little while ago and asked for help. They said they were bored and wanted to go and see the sights around town. So I'm on a chartered tour bus right now and trying to figure out which places can be privately booked in the next hour or so. Then, once we get there, I'll have to translate between them and the people on site, so I have my work cut out for me today. Wait, what? Hold on. Did you just say that you're on a chartered bus with the band that was supposed to perform at our wedding today? And they called you? As in they actually know you? How is that even possible? Why would they call some nobody like you? Explain yourself. What the hell is going on? There's not much to explain. I'm just doing my job. Well, I guess we've been working together for so long that you could say we've become more like friends than just people who work together. What? I told you, you were under a lot of misconceptions. For example, you thought that Tim was the one who booked them? No, I was the one who invited them. That doesn't make sense. You invited them? How? They're one of the hottest K-pop groups. And you're just nobody. An unemployed loser. There is no way that you would have any kind of connections with a group like that. I was trying to tell you this throughout our entire conversation yesterday, but I am not unemployed. The company I used to work for was a travel agency aimed at upper-class Koreans. Most of the work we did was for businessmen, retirees, or just people looking to take a trip overseas. But every once in a while, we'd get requests from performers, actors, politicians, and so on. People who wanted to travel without every single person in the world knowing about it. That's how I came to be acquainted with these guys. Really? Yeah, and they liked my work so much that they started dropping hints about wanting to deal with me directly rather than going through the company. So I took those hints, resigned from my company, and ever since then I've been their exclusive travel agent. They've even introduced me to a bunch of other Korean bands. No way! Yes way, name a K-pop band, I've worked with them before. And our relationship isn't just professional, I'm on pretty friendly terms with all the members and staff personally as well. Then a while back they asked me about a brand new project they wanted help with, making a music video. Which brings me to why I was able to invite them to your wedding. They have a new song coming out that's about a wedding. For the music video, they thought it would be great to shoot the music video for the song in an actual wedding. I had told them that my brother was getting married soon and they thought it would be the perfect fit. We were all looking forward to it, but unfortunately, you went and banned me from coming. That's insane! Like, are you being for real? I thought that Tim was the one who got them to come. But it was really you? I can't believe it. You're really working with all the most famous K-pop bands? I'm sure you're shocked, but I'm just gonna move along with my story, okay? Even though you banned me from your wedding, the band still had everything ready to go for filming the video. But when I told them that they would have to go without me, they said if I wasn't gonna go, they weren't going either. After all, they were only doing this as a personal favor to me. So we're just going to have to find another couple willing to let a world-famous K-pop band film a music video at their wedding. And in the meantime, I'm taking them around to see the sights of the city. Wait, Kayla? Is there any way you could get them to change their minds? I'm really, really sorry that I told you not to come. I'll contact the venue staff right away and have them set out a seat for you, okay? So please, we would love for you to come to our wedding, along with all your friends in the band, of course. Our wedding is perfect for a music video. Tim pulled out all the stops when we were planning it. Everything is so gorgeous. Sorry, but that's not gonna happen. The guys are already in the mood for sightseeing. You know how artists can be, right? I love these guys, but they can be pretty obstinate at times. Once they set their minds on doing something, it is impossible to talk them out of it. No! So yeah, I'm afraid I won't be able to come and entertain your guests for you. Maybe you could try and play the guitar instead of me. Anyway, we both have a lot of work to do, so I'll go ahead and take my leave from this conversation now.
Kayla, are you there? I thought that you weren't coming today because you got sick or something. Now I hear that Sandra banned you from coming?
Well, yeah, that is what happened. But do you really have the time to talk about this with me right now? What happened to your wedding?
That can wait. I have much more important issues to sort out before it moves forward.
Yeah? Like what?
Sandra had been pretty down since this morning, which I totally understood. You got sick and couldn't make it, and then the band you invited to come along canceled on us. But then, just a few minutes ago, she started looking like she had seen a ghost or something. I was worried about her, so I went up to ask her if she was okay, and then she started screaming at me at the top of her lungs.
About what?
About you! We were in the middle of the reception, and all of a sudden she grabbed me by my shirt collar, and she was going on and on about how I should have told her more about your work. I mean, sure, maybe I hadn't told her much about you, but still, what the hell?
Uh-oh.
And all the other guests were just as confused as I was. I finally managed to get her to calm down, and then she told me everything. That she lied to me when she said you were sick, and that the truth was that she had told you not to come. Also, that she never would have done that if she had known that you were friends with the band.
Wow, she really told on herself, huh? But for real, she was literally grabbing you by the shirt collar? That's pretty nuts. I guess she realizes just how badly she screwed up.
Then it's true? She really was lying to me about why you weren't coming? It's still hard to believe she would lie to my face like that.
If it would help, I can send you screenshots of our text conversation. I already have them saved. I was shocked too when she suddenly banned me from coming the day before the wedding. Oh, and she also called me a welfare queen, if you can believe that. Well, believe it or not, I'll send you those screenshots too.
What? Sandra actually said that to you? What has gotten into her?
I don't know either, but it seems like she really doesn't understand freelance work. She thinks it's on the same level as being unemployed, apparently. She said that having an unemployed loser and parasite on society like me at the wedding would be humiliating.
Oh my God.
And that's not all. Just a little bit ago, she told me to come and entertain the guests for her.
What? She told you to come after banning you last night?
Ridiculous, right? But it's true. She told me that I should go and buy a guitar from a thrift store and play it in front of the wedding so everyone could laugh at me and lighten up the mood.
This cannot be happening. I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm literally speechless.
I'll send you all the screenshots of that, too. Trust me, I haven't even told you the half of it. She was really laying into me. Her ranting didn't really make a whole lot of sense, but the gist of it is, she has a dream of a perfect marriage with a perfect man and perfect in-laws, and I don't fit into her fantasy life. And yes, I have screenshots of that, too.
Okay. I think I need to go and have a little talk with Sandra. And the wedding isn't on pause anymore. It's canceled.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Tim.
No, Kayla, you have nothing to apologize for. None of what happens next is your fault, so please don't worry about anything. I'll come by your place sometime soon to give you a proper apology in person for what happened yesterday and today.
You don't need to do that, but I know you'll come anyway. That's just the kind of guy you are.
You know me pretty well, huh?
I am your sister, after all. Well, have fun talking to Sandra. I'll start sending you those screenshots now. Give me a second to find them all. What am I gonna do? The wedding was canceled! Oh, this sucks. Look at the bright side, Sandra. Since you guys hadn't actually gotten legally married, you won't have to go through the trouble of getting divorced. Isn't that great? Great? How is any of this great? I wanted to marry Tim. But thanks to you having some weirdo job, he's furious at me. I'm gonna apologize to him, so you need to help talk him into forgiving me. Don't you know anything about the man you were going to marry? I told you how obstinate these K-pop guys are, right? Well, they're nothing compared to Tim. That man is laser-focused like no one in the world. That's how he climbed up the corporate ladder in his company so quickly. What are you saying, Kayla? That I should just give up on Tim? Give up on my dream? Yep. Doesn't seem to me like you have any other choice. You will never be his wife now, and the sooner you accept that, the easier it'll be for you to move on. What am I gonna do? All your band member buddies are single, right? Could you introduce me to one of them? You have got to be kidding me. I'm serious. How else am I gonna get my dream marriage? Even if I wanted to, which I don't, I can't. They already left to go back to Korea. No! The plan was to go back home right after the wedding anyway. They're busy guys. Now I have to work this afternoon, so I'll leave you to sort out the ruins of your life. Good luck in your future endeavors, Sandra. I hope you find a new dream husband for yourself. Sandra and Tim officially broke off their engagement soon after that. Sandra did her best to make excuses for herself, trying to claim it was all one big misunderstanding. But once Tim showed her all the screenshots of our conversation, she ran out of excuses pretty quickly. She gave up on marrying Tim, but apparently she still had some fight left in her. She tried to sue the band for breach of contract. She wanted me to send a letter to the band in Korea saying that they caused her massive emotional suffering by canceling the wedding performance. The problem, though, she doesn't speak Korean. So who do you suppose she asked to translate it for her? Me! This is just between you and me, but I charged her double my usual rate. Obviously, she can't sue them, but she just doesn't know that. And as long as she's willing to pay me to translate her pointless, threatening letters for her, I don't see any reason to tell her.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Oh, Nina, hello there. It's your favorite future sister-in-law here. Thank you so much for the wonderful share that you put on today. I love the vegetables and rice you make because it tastes so delicious. Above all, it helps you stick to the household budget, right? Hello, Natalie. You're welcome, I guess, but I'm sorry, I don't quite get what you're getting at. Could you please clear this up for me and tell me what you actually want to say? What are you even on about? Did I do something? Didn't you realize that I made the rice and vegetables especially for you to feel welcome? You're my neighbor, and you're also my younger brother's fiancé, so I want us to get along. That's why I gave you that food. I didn't think I'd get a lot of money each month. What's all that supposed to mean? I am so confused right now. When you put it like that, it makes me sound like I'm begging you for food. Do you think I'm that desperate? To be honest, it comes off a little bit like that these days, Natalie. You drop by here without letting me know you're coming and ask for a share of my food. Then you won't leave until I give you something. To be honest, it's rather annoying, and sometimes it makes me anxious. You think that's annoying? What a horrible thing to say. It would be such a waste to throw all the leftover vegetables that you've got into the garden or in the trash. Don't you think I'm helping you by taking your food with me? That's why we aren't wasting food, and I'm helping you eat it all up. Wait, what? Why are you bringing this up, Natalie? Well, since you're living alone, you wouldn't be able to reduce the amount of food and other vegetables you cook without giving it to someone else, right? It's such a waste to not give the food to someone. So don't be like, why are you talking about this to me? If you continue to be so narrow-minded, you won't be able to marry anyone. I don't see what me being single has to do with me cooking. What are you getting at? But there are so many connections when it comes to the things you do. You should take this as an opportunity to look at yourself in the mirror and reconsider things. Otherwise, marriage for you will keep being put off until no one wants to be with you. Huh? Why are you jumping from one subject to the next? Why are you criticizing me so much? Well, people who are good at cooking and growing things in their garden are in high demand. A woman who's got a lot of those characteristics get married really early, right? However, you're still a miserable single lady, Nina. Once you reach the age of 35, women like you become so narrow-minded. I've only just recognized why you're still single just now. If I was really that narrow-minded, Natalie, you'd not receive any food from me, and I'd keep it to myself. The fact that I share vegetables and other dishes with you is a great thing. My heart's as big as the ocean, and I love giving to others. Maybe that's just something that you'll never understand about me, and that's fine, but don't criticize me all the time about it. Then why haven't you gotten married? There's no way a man would leave a woman to be single if they're such a good cook. I suppose no one has any interest in being with an old and wrinkly 35-year-old like you. I hope someone as kind as myself appears in front of you soon. It would be such a waste to leave you single while a wonderful man is wandering around looking for his perfect wife. I'll be coming over again next month to get my share of your food so it doesn't go to waste. It's the summertime, so I'm looking forward to being able to eat the watermelons and other fruits growing in your garden.
Hi there, Nina. I just wanted to send you a message saying I'm really sorry about what happened today. It seems like Natalie just decided it was her right to take your food from your house. I can't believe that she took such a large amount of vegetables and other dishes from you.
Yeah, I finally told her what I think about it today. I told it to her straight that it was such a nuisance of her to just be coming over without telling me. She just keeps coming over whenever she feels like it, but when it comes to her, she doesn't listen to anything I say at all. She told me that she was going to come by next month as well.
I've also told her many times that you've got to ask to go over instead of just dropping by. She's completely burdening you by going over there and just taking the food that you work so hard to make. I've told her over and over again to stop causing trouble for my sister, but I also get the same treatment that you do. She doesn't listen to me at all either.
I was told that it would be a waste since there are leftovers anyway and no one else will eat them. She claims that I'm living off my own poor leftovers.
She very much thinks she's doing the right thing, but she's just being pushy and wanting your food. I'm so sorry about what she said to you, Nina.
Even though I'm trying to take care of the people around me, she's still looking down on me like I'm filth. She was teasing me again today about my age and how I'm single. It's got nothing to do with her what my life's like.
What the heck? Why does she think she's got the right to question you or treat you in that way?
I've been hiding a few things from you, but lately her behavior has gotten really bad, so I needed to tell you. I'm sorry, but if you're seriously going to get married to a woman like her, I'll have to consider going out with someone so she'll get off my case. It's mentally tough to stick together for a long time, especially when your in-laws are treating you like crap.
Yeah, I guess there's not much choice in the matter. But I'll also be a little more cautious around Natalie, in case she steps out of line. The wedding ceremony's coming up, so maybe I'm just on a high about wanting to love her and marry her, so I don't see what she's really like.
If she didn't treat me like she does, she's actually a really nice and happy lady. For the time being, I'm just going to try and keep my distance from her, at least until she calms down a little bit. Hey, I'm trying to get in touch with you. Natalie, can you please answer me? Why have I been kicked out of the wedding venue? How is there no way for me to get inside? Please, hurry up and let me in, otherwise I'm going to miss everything. Oh, Nina, I'm just so sorry. I'd like people who are not suitable guests for the wedding celebration to refrain from attending the ceremony. I'm sorry that this decision has been made without your knowledge and it's such short notice, but you can go home now. So, can you please leave the venue? Are you seriously kidding me right now, Natalie? You're saying that I need to go home now? What do you mean that some guests aren't invited to attend? Don't you realize that I'm the groom's big sister? I have never heard of anyone's relative getting kicked out of a family wedding before. But Nina, aren't you still a miserable single person? It doesn't really go with what we wanted for the ceremony. Even if you're a relation to the groom, I want to avoid people like you. What's that even supposed to mean? Why are you using me being single as an excuse to kick me out of the ceremony? Because weddings are for celebrating the happy couple while also being surrounded by other happy couples. It's a place for husbands and wives to commit to each other and to express their eternal love for one another. And you wouldn't understand because you're single and choose to be alone. Don't you realize that this isn't the place for you to be? How dare you say that? Are you kidding me, Natalie? That's a terrible thing to say. I only just realized this today, okay? All the guests that were invited have wonderful partners or are married. Amongst all of those guests, you're the only one who's single. If you were staying around in a place like this trying to mingle, wouldn't you get super jealous? I'm just trying to do you a favor here. I'm saving your own skin from embarrassment. This is so unbelievable. I just don't fully understand your reasoning for doing this, Natalie. Did you really kick me out of the ceremony for this stupid reason? Hey, I'm being dead serious here. Only happy people should come to a wedding ceremony like this. In such a place, people who come and are single give off bad vibes. I don't want the only wedding I'll ever have be tainted by negative people and them moaning about being alone. Your wedding wouldn't even be tainted as I don't give off any negative vibes at all. That's not true at all. You give off such a miserable and negative aura. I can see it from miles away. Just having someone like you hanging around brings sadness and depression to everyone in the room. A woman who's still on the market is so out of place in a ceremony like this. Fine. Have it your way then, Natalie. I'll just go home. Ah, okay then. Just leave the congratulatory present behind so we can pick it up on our way out, okay? As always, you're so crude. I'll just leave the gift on the ground and go home as you wish for me to do. But if you ask me to come back later on, I won't do it. That makes no sense. What are you talking about? Why would I ask you something like that for anyway? In fact, I feel so relieved that the person who caused such a nuisance has disappeared. Now I can be happy and my wedding will be full of joy and love. Nina, I really need you to come back to the wedding venue right now. Oh, I can't believe this. My father's so angry. This isn't good. Oh, I wonder what's gone wrong. What's going on over there? For some reason, he suddenly noticed that you weren't here and he started making a huge fuss. So when I told him I said to her to go home, he got super angry. He started screaming and said that the wedding was to be canceled immediately. He told me to his own daughter that it's not worth marrying a woman like me if I'm going to do something like this. Oh my, that's actually crazy. He sounds extremely angry then. Your father's usually so calm about these things. What's gotten into him? What am I supposed to do? Why did my own father get so angry about kicking you out of the wedding? You know, he's got a point, because I also don't know why you'd do that to me either. Maybe your brain is turned to mush because you were so excited that you found a way to only have happy couples at the wedding and then you'd be happy? What the heck is that supposed to mean? You think that doing something like this isn't normal? Well, any normal parent would get angry over something like this. You kicked me out of the venue for silly reasons. His own daughter kicked out the groom's older sister for such a stupid reason. I can see why he's angry with you. Apart from that, I feel totally in his debt now with him understanding how insane your actions have been. On top of that, I also hid how you've been treating me from our parents. If they found out what you really wanted, it would be an inconvenience to you. So you did this without saying anything to your parents. No wonder they're angry after they saw I wasn't at the venue. What? Now just hold on a minute. How do you know about what I was thinking? I ended up telling your parents everything you've done to me, that you've been forcibly taking the food I cook from my house. I heard you also brought the food over to your parents' house and told them that you were the one that cooked all that food. What are you even saying? I didn't lie to my parents. How do you even know all that? Before the wedding ceremony started, I went over to greet and have a little chat with your parents. At that time, we started talking about you. They told me that you'd recently gotten into home gardening and cooking, which made no sense to me. You told them that girls change a lot when they get married, but when I asked for more details, I ended up telling them it was me who made all that food. When I told them the truth, they started to panic a little, as you've never been the one to lie. You're the one making up lies. Did you just confess everything to them? I definitely thought that your parents were misunderstanding the whole situation. I never thought that you'd be actively lying to them. Tisk tisk, Natalie, you must never tell lies to your parents. But how could you sell me out like that? Then you go ahead and kick me out of your wedding just because I'm single. It's ridiculous. It's no wonder your parents are furious at you for lying and then kicking me out of the venue. I looked out for you and took care of you, but you just treated me like crap and looked down on me. All because I was single. On top of that, you told me to leave your gift behind and told me to go home. You care more about gifts than people, Natalie. I didn't really mean to. It was just a joke. Just please come back to the wedding venue so we can continue with the ceremony. And it will also appease my parents, so please come back here. Both of them are quite angry. I've never seen them this angry before, and I can't help but do anything to fix it. If things continue like this, the wedding might actually get canceled, no joke. I told you before, Natalie, I wasn't going to come back to the venue no matter what happened. You know that you agreed to that, right? Yes, but my wedding could actually get canceled because of something so silly. Well, that's your problem. I just plan to laze around at home now. I hope the wedding, which only happens usually once in a person's life, goes smoothly. Are you trying to ruin me or something? Nina, what happened yesterday? Why did you really not come back to help me out? This is all your fault that my wedding didn't go the way it was supposed to. After my father got angry at me for kicking you out of the wedding ceremony, he gave me no choice and canceled my wedding in front of everybody there. What happened to your wedding shouldn't be blamed on me. You were the one that lied about everything, and I just spoke the truth to your parents. Cut the crap, Nina. You were trying to sabotage everything for me because you're that kind of person. It's because you did so many unnecessary things to me. My mom and dad were worried about my marriage. That's why I sent them food and vegetables to make them feel less anxious about the whole thing. I was just showing my parents the love and respect that they needed. Then you go and ruin all that. But you don't use someone else's meals and vegetables to show that. It was my cooking you were giving them, not your own. What you were doing was wrong in the first place by taking what isn't yours and making it come off as your own. Oh my God, Nina, just shut up. You're such a miserable and single old hag. I don't want to be told this by the person who thinks I'm not respecting my parents. Are you kidding me? You're the one who's been lying to them, okay? Would you quit it with the stuff about me being miserable and single, please? Well, that's why you'll be single no matter how long it takes to find you a man. You always snitch on people. Don't get so carried away with your crap just because you're good at cooking and can grow vegetables. It's not much of an exciting thing. I was almost able to get married even without learning how to do that. If anyone is the worst daughter, it's you. You're a miserable, single, 35-year-old that can't hold down a man. You're such a stupid daughter for lying to your parents. How are you still saying so much nonsense about me? Because I can. What are you getting at?
It's because of you that we're here today, talking to each other, and you begging Nina to do something about what you've done. But you, oh no, you turn everything on me, even though you're the one who got angry yesterday. You still haven't reflected on what you did to make things happen the way they did. Then you decide to continue to make fun of Nina. I've had enough of your crap, Natalie.
Wait just a minute. Is that you, Dad? Why the heck are you using Nina's phone for?
I came over here to apologise to her in your place, since you're too stubborn to. Your mother and I came over to apologise for what our stupid little daughter did. How could you lie to us like this?
But, Dad, I was just trying to look like a good daughter.
Nina was so kind to actually accept our apology. She didn't have to do that, but she did. She then showed us her garden. When we told her that we had started a garden after we retired and that we had been unsuccessful, we thanked her for the advice she gave us on how to grow vegetables. Why would you treat someone as kind as Nina like you have? We taught you better than that.
I just can't believe that you're not taking your own daughter's side in this.
The vegetables you so brazenly took from her took a lot of time and effort to grow. I got it for free, and you didn't even pay her back for it. And you don't even thank her for it, you just took it as your own. On top of that, you constantly look down on her for being single. It's pathetic, Natalie.
This isn't what it looks like, Dad, I swear. That's just how we are, you see? It's the way we communicate.
What's that even supposed to mean, Natalie?
Even though we're sisters-in-law, we're sisters, right? You can say anything you want to a sister. That's why I don't thank her for many things. Even if you're a single person, it's just the way we communicate with each other. We just joke around.
You think this is how you should treat a sister? Are you kidding me, Natalie? You realise that your marriage is in jeopardy now because of how you treated Nina, right?
Huh? No way, really? But I hardly said anything that bad to her.
Beside us being here, Cole's here as well, to apologise to Nina for how you've acted.
Are you serious? Cole's there as well? Please don't involve him in this, Dad.
He also told me that he doesn't want to go through with the marriage anymore.
Are you kidding me? That's not fair. I didn't do anything.
You treated his sister like crap, Natalie. Think back on what you've done. You've been so rude. Think about how many people's feelings you've hurt. I'm not going to interfere with the couple's problems, but whatever the outcome is, it's your own fault. Even if you come to our house crying, I don't intend on letting you in.
Nina, what am I supposed to do? I can't get a hold of Cole. Where is he? He's not breaking up with me, right? Cole's still at my house. He's going to move out and live here for a while. That's why he came over to ask to stay at mine. What? He wants to live apart from me, but I really need to talk to him. Look, I don't know if Cole will break up with you or not, but he needs his space. But he put the marriage registration papers through the shredder, so I think you've got your answer. Are you kidding me? Why would he do that to me? I'm definitely not ready to break up with him. Why is this happening? I just wanted to begin my marriage with a happy wedding surrounded by happy couples, and you've gone and ruined it. I hardly said anything bad to you, and so what? I took some of your vegetables for my parents and myself. It's not like you needed them. That's not the point, Natalie. You'd come over without my permission and took what you pleased. I might be single, but I'm happy, and you need to back off. Just help me get back Cole. I need him. He's all I've got now. Please tell him to come back home. Your problems are not mine to fix. You need to reflect on how rude you've been to me and your parents. You can do that thinking all on your own. Good luck with that. A short while later, a discussion was had in the presence of both families. Natalie apparently came by with a tearful apology and a 150-page essay on what she did wrong. She said she decided to stay away to reflect on what she did. During that time, Cole was living at my house. I've been doing a lot of business trips lately, so he's been very helpful with taking care of the vegetables in my garden. He told me that I always make the most delicious food, and he helped pay for the food costs. As for Natalie, she rented an apartment near her parents during the separation period. While helping her parents in their vegetable garden, she was bossed around by her strict parents. I don't know if she regrets what she did, but all the vegetables she sends us are fresh and delicious. I guess she wasn't such a bad gardener after all.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.